Let's see. Hi, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here and ready to help. Let's go step by step. What exactly are you trying to do with Kylo data tools?
I was really hoping you'd be able to help me write a rule. I would like to find all the records that have not been updated in the last 24 hours, and I'd like you to create them and put them in a tear sheet, but I don't know how. Can you help?
Of course, I can guide you through that. In Kylo data tools, you can create a rule that identifies records not updated in the last 24 hours by checking their last modified timestamp. Then, you can create a tear sheet to list them. It's a two-step process. First, we define the filter condition, and then we save those results into a tear sheet. Let me walk you through how to write that rule. First, you'll need to set the filter to find all records where the last modified date is older than 24 hours ago. Then, we can move on to creating the tear sheet.
That makes sense. Would you be able to tell me something about, can data rules do something around capitalizing first and last names? And how would I do that rule?
Sure, I can help with that too. In Kylo data tools, you can create a rule to ensure that first and last names are always capitalized properly. This usually involves defining a transformation rule that applies a function to capitalize the first letter of each name field. You would pick the fields, like first name and last name, and then apply a function that transforms the text. Once the rule is activated, it will automatically fix any names that aren't capitalized correctly. Would you like me to outline the specific steps for setting up this rule?
Yeah, why don't you?
All right, let's go through the steps. First, you open the Kylo Data Tools interface and go to the Rules section. Then, create a new rule and choose the type, a transformation rule. After that, select the fields you want to modify, like first name and last name. Next, apply a text function. This could be something like a capitalization function.
Oh,
You
thanks
can
for that.
choose the
Let me interrupt. I've realized that I really need some help on some of the words in Orkney that I never really understand. So would you be able to give me a quick guide on some Orcadian slang that would be useful for people who've never been?
Aye, absolutely. I'd be happy to give you some handy Orcadian slang. For starters, peedy means small or little. Burl means to spin or turn something around. If someone says they're crabbit, it means they're grumpy or in a bad mood. And if you hear fairlies, that means wonders or strange things.
Now,
Another common one is
one of the guys on the call Spanish, and I was wondering if you could maybe say that in Spanish because he might not understand.
claro. Puedo traducir eso al español para que tu amigo lo entienda mejor. Aquí va. Por ejemplo, en el dialecto de las Orcadas, piri significa pequeño. Burl quiere decir girar o dar vueltas a algo. Si alguien dice que está crabbit, eso significa que está de mal humor o gruñón. Y fairlies son maravillas o cosas extrañas.
Oh,
Además,
I think he's got it again, so that's good. But is there anything that would be important if I was traveling to the Highlands, particularly Inverness?
absolutely. If you're heading to the Highlands, especially Inverness, a few local phrases might come in handy. For example, you might hear wee a lot, which means small. Dreich describes wet, gloomy weather. If someone says a braw day, it means it's a fine or beautiful day. Also, loon is a word for a boy, and quine for a girl. And
That's
don't be
good.
surprised.
Well, I've now realized that I need to ask some questions about Kylo Awesome Dogs. How would I go about setting up a template to insert the address? Can you just give me some easy instructions?
Sure, I can definitely help with that. To set up a template to insert the address in Kylo Awesome Docs, here's a simple process. First, open your Awesome Docs template editor. Then, find the spot in your document where you want the address to go. Next, insert a merge field for the address. Usually this would be something like a placeholder linked to the address field in your data source. You can customize the format. For
That's
example,
brilliant, Cedar. Thanks very much, mate. I'm finished now. Have a good day.
you're very welcome. Glad I could help. You have a great day too.